Okay guys, I have a lot to cover here and I don't want to keep repeating myself, so I'm just going to kind of go through this. I'm going to break this up into two sections. At the beginning of this video, I'm going to show you why I believe you have a lot more downside. I'm going to give you key support and resistance levels to pay attention to long and short. And then at the end of this video, I'm going to cover copy trading, guys. I told you to be doing copy trading. I'm updating charts. Looks like it'll be next week when I'm live. My trading name on Bitget is Optical Art, so you can search for me, but unless I'm live, you won't be able to find me. I will make a post in Discord and Twitter when I'm live, so I guess if you have access to Twitter and Discord, you get first dibs. I will have the max slots. I think it's 1,000. So I am looking forward to doing that. It will be an experience because I've never done this before. But I only enter trades that I feel confident that I will win those trades. And that's what I do on Twitter and Discord, so it'll be no different. But when it's copy trading, I'd rather just do scalp trades. I'd rather help you guys get in, make some money, get out, wait for the next trade, make some money, and get out, rather than risking losing what we just made. So, and again, I'm gonna cover that. I'm gonna show you some cool features in Bitget if you want to practice. They have simulated trades. I'm gonna do some live trades with real money to show how it works, show how trigger works. So again, in this video is kind of a tutorial. Also, I'm gonna show you how to find support and resistance levels from current charts. And this new chart I'm making, which I expect to be my masterpiece, I'm going to have on different time frames. This combination of the M1 chart and P1 chart. If you have access to the charts, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, guys, so let's get into this. And again, if you do want to get access to these charts, guys, 24/7, the website is opticalartcrypto.com. Link pinned first comment description. $49 a month gets you access to the charts, including the altcoin charts, Bitcoin and altcoin charts, Discord and Twitter. Make sure if you sign up, you email me through the website, all right? Through the website and contact form. And then I will send you the Discord invite link and accept your Twitter follow request. And if you do want to use my Bitget affiliate link, guys, that is down and pinned in first comment description. Go ahead and sign up, have an account, have some USDT in that account. So if you want to copy trade me, you'll be ready to go. Again, I'm going to cover this in just a bit, but it's important to give you these key support and resistance levels to pay attention to. So the reason I haven't made a video in a while is because I told everybody too short, 20,400. We've been coming down ever since. So that call has been in play ever since. Again, this is where I told you to short. This is the video where I was telling you to short. There's 2 videos back. Put this up on October 4th. This ring where I told you to long back here and we pushed up, found support, resistance, resistance. This is a point to short. 20,400 made it very clear why that was the case. We dropped ever since. And you can see this is where we got rejected. We had 3 candles testing this. I think the highest we went was 20,461, but we cannot get above this ring. And that's the great thing about fib circles. It shows us points to long and short that nobody else has those targets. That's how we knew to short this point. We came down a total of almost 8%. That's one hell of a drop, and I expect more downside, but there could be some volatility. So right off the bat, while the technicals might look like the bottom's in and everybody's yelling the bottom's in, Bitcoin's is decoupled from the stock market. That is a load of crap. Bitcoin follows the S&P and the NASDAQ almost to a T. So if the technicals show the bottom's in, fine. The fundamentals show the bottom is not in. We have more downside. Interest rates are on the rise. Interest rates are going up. You got quantitative tightening, all right? Earnings reports are coming out soon. They're going to be dismal. That's going to be terrible. That's going to cause the stock market to drop even further. Oil prices are on the rise because of OPEC. That's going to be worse for inflation, which means they're probably going to have to raise interest rates even more. So there's no reason to be bullish. Now, while we could have some swings to the upside, I would only be scalping longs, but I would be, I would go heavier on my shorts. But I will long 17,924. This M1 chart has been dead on accurate. We know that this is a support level, and this is the God line that we shorted every time we hit it. So if we come down and we hit 17,924, I'll go into heavy long at this point because I expect to get a nice bounce. We do have support levels below this point. I'm going to cover that also. So this is the M1 chart I just showed you, this chart right here. I had this on line drawing. But this is what I want you to understand. Now, I told you guys way in advance. This was published on March 23rd. So when we hit this line to short it, I knew that because of these previous lines. You hit this one, rejected. Hit this one, rejected. Hit this one, rejected. Hit this one, rejected. It made sense when you hit this one and get rejected. I also said once we break, this ring will be support. Once we break below it, it comes resistance. Your next target is this ring right here. And the same damn thing, guys. We are underneath this ring right now. So once we broke this ring and it is resistance, your next point is this ring over here. So let me just show you. I mean, I talked about this before. The same damn thing is going to play out. So I'm going to go ahead and hit play on this and just show you. So this played out perfectly. We hit this, we got rejected, hit it, got rejected. We got a little fake out above, but we had this support and resistance level to know to short. And look at this. We're underneath this ring where I told you guys to short. So as far as I'm concerned, we're past that point of no return. We only have downside from here. We will find support levels and we'll get bounces, but ultimately I think we're headed to this next ring. All right. So I covered that. That is why I believe since we could not get above this ring, it's only downside plus the fundamentals I just explained. And remember, if we do drop, the next point I'm going to heavy ass long is 17,924. All right, so covered that. Now, guys, when I cover previous calls, I get all kinds of comments. Hey, can you just skip calling your previous calls and just show us what's going to happen? So rather than go through previous calls, look, I made a tweet earlier this morning, and I asked everyone, I said, mind commenting on whether you think my calls and charts have been accurate. Be honest. If you think they haven't been, feel free to share that. So I'm not going to read all these. I think there's over 100. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll through them. So you can pause and read them if you like. If you don't, you can just go ahead and pass this section. So I'm just going to scroll through. You can read them. I'm just going to stop on each one and just go through this pretty quick. Just give you an idea what people think, because I've been busy doing, helping people with trades on Twitter and in Discord and updating charts. That's why I haven't made a video also. Oh, there's a lot of these. Holy shit. Actually, I haven't read some of these. I probably should have read them before I'm scrolling through, but oh well. I ask everybody to be honest. All right, so that just gives you an idea, guys. If you want to read those, feel free to. But let's move on, guys. So this is P1 chart. So if you do have access to my charts and you understand how these charts work, so the P1 chart has been dead on accurate. This is actually the chart that I believe is going to predict not only the timing for the bottom, but the actual bottom. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a chart. This is a combination. So I have back-tested charts that we know work. So I'm going to be creating a chart, a combination. It's going to be a combination of the P1 chart and the M1 chart. And the great thing about that is when I have fib channels in different directions, that's how I find these fib circles. That gives us points to know to long and short that nobody else has. So by using the M1 chart in combination with the P1 chart right here, all right, the combination of these two charts, you can see this line right here, this support and resistance level. While it looks like it's being ignored, you can see that it is being respected. So I know this is a critical support level. Keep in mind this 300-week moving average. And remember I told you around 17,885. That is right on par right here. That's two charts charted a different way, showing the 17,900 is a critical support level. So we know that you're going to catch a bounce here. That's why I go into heavy long here. But again, because we're below this point, I think we only have downside from that point. So this is just showing you right here. So this is a critical resistance level. Guys, all I say is if you have access to the charts and you're like, there's all these damn lines, how do I know where to long, where do I short? Well, I can tell you right now that 19,172, this is a very critical resistance level. If this holds as support, we have more upside. As long as we're below this point, I'd be short. Your next point too long is 18,420. Like, how do you know that's the next point too long? Well, just look friggin' left. I have a line drawn over this to show you, but it's very clear when you look to the left and see. I'll make sure I know which line. So right here, you can see that. You can see all of this resistance and support. You got wick, so it's hard to tell. Market makers don't want you to know, where your support resistance levels are. I took the time to map it out so we know. If I pull this out, you can see that was support and resistance. You can see all of this resistance right here. Resistance, resistance, more resistance, more resistance, more resistance. As soon as we broke above it, got a pump. Well, that tells you right off the bat, if we drop, the next point to scalp along is right here around 18,416. And if we push up, well, that's the next point short. 19,069. And if we break 18,416, I just showed you on the M1 chart, right? This is where you go in heavy long, 19,000, I'm sorry, 17, I always say that, 17,918. So these are your closest major support and resistance levels. And I'll show you, if we push above, if we get above 19,165, Well, where's your next point to go into a short or long to? Well, that's where you would load up the C1 chart. This has been a lot of support and resistance. If we push up, your next point to watch is 19,172. If you get above that, the next point you want to short is 19,000. Depending when you make contact, guys, it's an angle, but around 19,444. You say, well, how do you know that? Well, just look left. It doesn't go up that high back there, but this right here is your next critical. Look, all of this support and resistance, got a little wick above it, came back below. We know this is your next resistance level. And you have a moving average coming right up to this point, which is confluence. So if you get above 19,172, if this Fed minutes comes out and we get a pump, this would be the next ideal point to short, 19,444. If we come down, look, another chart in confluence on 18,860 for a scalp long. Once that breaks, we're headed to 17,900. This is the A1BG chart, and I have multiple charts. You can pick one and just trade that chart. I like to find confluence between them. If we push up 19,239, this next point is short. And you see this perfect, like this, we saw this resistance back here. We came down and found a perfect touch at 18,845. Another chart in confluence around 18,700. So that's an ideal point to put in a scalp long. And just out of curiosity, let's see, this is 18,470. Let's bring this down. Right, here you go. Right here, this line right here has been a lot of support and resistance. This target, 17,634. That's why I'm saying there's so much support around this area to catch a nice scalp bounce. All right, so that just covers your critical support and resistance levels to pay attention to. And remember, red means short, green means long. That was the A1BG chart. This is the C1SD chart. This is the 15-minute chart. And this is important, guys, because this is how I trade. I trade using the 15-minute chart, but I look for confluence in other charts. But I want to show you a little trick that you can use. So I took the time to map out the direction of price. I know that these lines, and I have a line here just outlining, highlighting this. These are fib channel lines. And you can see that price is expecting these fib channel lines at this angle. Finding this angle was the hardest part of creating this chart. Once I had it, now we have a moneymaker. But I just want to show you how you can find your own support and resistance levels from this chart. So for instance, notice price stopped right here. All right, well, there's a reason it stopped there. There's probably some fib channel, some fib number reason it stopped there. Now, a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll do a horizontal line. They'll say, okay, well, this is our resistance. If we push up, this is the next point you'll want to short. That's not how it works, guys. Price moves in a certain direction. So a trick to find that point, right? So what I would do is, we already know the direction price is moving. So just draw a line over my fib channel line and bring it down, right? So we know that for some reason, this is an important resistance level. And I had this rewound back. But watch what happens. So we know, I just showed you how to find this resistance. Watch what happens when I hit play. Now we did push above it a bit, but notice we kept getting rejected at that point. Actually, multiple times. We got rejected here. Got rejected here. We had this little scam wick that pushed up, got rejected again, and we pushed above it just a bit and we started coming down. So I'm just showing you there are ways, once I create the chart, you can take my chart and you can find support and resistance levels. And notice what happened. I mean, look how accurate this has been. And like I said, I'm not going to go back cover previous calls, but this is how I trade. You find patterns. This was support, and this was another example, right? So right here, finding support. This is what I call confluence. So if I'm doing copy trading, and I was going to enter a trade, while this is a support level, right? So this is support and support and support and support. Well, we don't know if that's going to break. Well, just like I showed you above, what you can do is you can draw a line here, all right? Because we know this is the direction the price is moving. So what you do is you come up here and you put a line right here. You know that this is a key support and resistance level. Price stopped here again. We pushed above it, became support, but now you have confluence. Now you have this line of support, and you have this support level here. So that's double confluence, double support to expect this to go upside, to go further up. So I would long this point, and that's what we did. Price pushed up. I just showed you how to find this point to short. But your critical, most important support and resistance levels are the actual fib channel lines, like right here, and right here, and right here, and so on. And then you can see right here, this has been a lot of support. So that's how I play the charts. And that's kind of what I do on Twitter and Discord, trying to show you how to play these charts. And when I do make posts, guys, I actually post my actual trade. I show you my entry, my stop loss, my take profit. And if I'm in, and I stay in, I stay in my trade. If I jump out, I say, guys, I'm out. I took profit. And if I think I made a mistake, I'll say, look, guys, that's why I took profit, because I shorted this point, right? And price came down to here, and I said I took profit because I thought it's possibly could push up, and that's what happened. I think it might have been right here, actually. But again, I'm just showing you how I play the charts, and I only enter trades that I feel confident will play out. So let me go through this, guys, and just show you Bitget. Remember, if you want to sign up with my link and be ready to copy trade and have your own account, again, my link's pinned down in the first comment description, so go ahead and create an account. I use USDT to trade, so make sure you have some USDT in your account. So I just want to go through a few things to show you how Bitget works. So first of all, you have two options. If you go up here to futures, now this is actual USDT futures. This is using your actual real money to trade. When you're trading here, you're winning and losing money. You have demo. So if you go to demo, you can practice. So I'll just show you. I'll go into this real quick. So this is demo, and this is good because it helps you understand how much you can win, how much you can lose, and if you do lose money, let's see here. So what do I have? I have 14,000. Oh, I'm actually in a trade on SUSDT. I was practicing on some stuff. So let me go ahead and flash close this. So, and by the way, guys, if you are trading with SUSDT, you see it says SUSDT over here. It's fake money, all right? And if you need more, you can contact Bitget, and they'll replenish your account with more money to practice. But I just want to show you some features, how some things work, and I will do a live trade with actual real money just to give you an example. So I'll show you simulated trades and also doing a real trade. But when I'm trading, so you can recreate my charts in here because this is basically just trading view. But what I like to do, so let's say that I'm using this chart, for example, and I want to short 19,239. I'm expecting it to push up to this point. So 19,239 would be my entry. So I'd come over here and I would do a horizontal line, 19,239, and typically I make this green. So right here, and I'd make it green because this would be my entry point. So I can just look over here and see it says 19,234. Let's just say that's where I want to enter. Well, where do I want to set my stop loss? Well, I go over to this chart and say, okay, well, if that's where I'm going to enter, I want to have my stop above here. So 19,226. So I do another horizontal line. I double click it, make it red. All right, so where do I have my stop? So basically what I do is I go ahead and set this up. So market is usually how I trade. And I'm under simulated trades. It's fake money. It's not real money. I'm going to show you some of these features, and then I'm going to do an actual trade with my actual real money. I think I usually do like $4,000 at 40x. So as soon as I enter a trade, it's going to cost me $90 fee to open and $90 to close. So if it doesn't push up, I instantly lost almost 180 bucks. But I just want you to understand how everything works, how to adjust your stop loss, and also how trigger works, which is actually pretty cool. So I know that if price pushes up, this is where I'll enter at 19,234, and I'll set my stop here. So what you do is I'm under market. Market means you're basically pulling the trigger. You're going to buy at market price. So right now I'm going to use $4,000. All right, and right now I have my leverage. You can set your leverage to what you want. Right now I have it 40. For the hell of it, put it at 50. All right, so 50 times leverage, $4,000, and it's fake money. You can practice. All right. So you click on take profit, stop loss. So take profit, well, if we're going to be shorting, we want to take profit down below. So let's just put a low number like, I don't know, 17,900. Sounds like a good support level to me. Stop loss. So if you're shorting, you want your stop loss above. That's what this red line is. That means if my entry would be here at this green line, and if it pushes up to this point, it'll stop me out. And the reason you use the stop loss, well, yes, it sucks to get stopped out, but if price kept pushing up higher and higher, you're going to be out a lot of money. That's why you practice risk management, use a stop loss. So my stop loss would be 19,267. So 19,267, right? So it's all set up. So if price pushes up to this point, all I have to do is go sell short. Now, since I entered here, I entered right here. I want to enter here, so I would have waited. I'm just showing you how it works. So you can see my stop loss is up here, and you can see I entered right here. And currently, I am negative. I'm down $31. So that's how you do that. Another cool feature, and someone actually showed me this in Discord. It's pretty neat. So if you want to adjust your stop loss, it's the same with demo as it is for actual USDT futures. We actually can win and lose money. But if you want to adjust your stop loss, so let's say that you're in this trade and it's playing out, price is coming down, you want to put your stop loss below your entry, which I can't do that. Price has to drop more before I can do that. But if you want to adjust your stop loss, you go to open orders, you click on stop loss take profit. All right, so right here's your stop loss, right here's your take profit. So if you want to adjust your stop loss, which I have way the hell up here, you just click on this. I want to set my stop loss to 19,170. All right, so click on this and just type it in, 19,170. And the great thing is it shows you if price pushes up to that stop loss, you'll lose $290. If I had my stop loss at $22,000, I would lose $26,369. That's why it's so important to use a stop loss. If price just shot straight up $22,000, you would lose $26,391. Obviously, using cross means it uses everything in your futures account. If you use isolated, you can only lose up to the amount you're trading. But this is to show you, it'll let you know. So if I want to put in, let's say 19,000, where do I want to put it at? 19,160. So I would lose $281. You do that, click confirm, see my stop loss is here now. So I can only lose up to $230. Take profit, same thing. So you click on take profit. All right, so I'm in a short right now. So my take profit, I put 17,000. You can find out how much money you'd make. If I type in $17,900, if it drops down to $17,900, I'll make $11,422 on this trade. If it dropped down to $14,000, I would make $47,392 on this trade. All right, and you can, that's just it. I put my stop loss way down below just in case it keeps dropping. But let's say I'm going to sleep and I'm in a trade. Well, I'll put a realistic number like an export level below. So again, that's how you adjust your stop loss, just to show you. So, and again, the great thing is if you enter a trade and price has already dropped below your entry point and you're in profit, you can set your stop loss just below your entry so you can only make money. You'll be like, if I set my stop loss right here, how would, if price pushes up, I think so if my entry was here and my stop is right here, at least $289, something like that, then if you set your stop below your entry about the same distance, then your profit would be $289. So if it pushes up, worst case, you make $289, and if it continues down, you continue to make money. So that is how you adjust your stop loss. But one cool feature, if you go to position, again, someone mentioned this in Discord, you click on this right here. So I'm going to set my stop loss to 19,170. Actually, that's take profit. Hold on. So take profit is going to be 17,000. Stop loss is going to be 19,180. And you hit confirm, and now this is what's really cool. You can actually go in, and you can remove these, and I can just adjust them. So let me get rid of these lines here. And they use the lines just, again, as a reference for my charts. But you'll notice, hold on. Well, let me zoom out here. All right, so I have my take profit way down here. So the cool thing about doing this is you can just drag it. So if you see price pushing up, now you can just drag this up where you want it. You want your stop loss here, you just drag it. That's simple. Now your stop loss is right there. You want your stop loss lower, you just drag it here. Your take profit, now you don't have to go in and type it. You can just move it up. And you notice it keeps 2 here. So this was your previous stop loss. You want to get rid of that one, just click the X. All right? So it just makes it very simple to adjust your stop loss and your take profit, I think, which is kind of cool. So that's how that works. Let me show you how trigger works and the reason behind trigger. Because when I first saw trigger, it was kind of confusing to me, but it actually makes sense if you think about it. So for trigger, so if you click on this, they've got post only, never used it, trailing stop loss. I would not suggest using that because if your stop's too tight, you can get stopped out. But for trigger, just to give you an example, let me go ahead and close this trade. Anytime you want to close your trade, just click flash close. It'll take profit at your closest, wherever you're at. But the way trigger works and the reason behind it, let's say that I have a resistance level right here, right? And I know that when price hits this point, this is a point I want to short. So a trigger would be like if you have to leave and go to work, or you have to go to sleep, and you're not going to be able to, you're not around to actually enter this trade, but you know this is likely a point to short. So let's just put a price label here just to kind of show you. So I'm going to put a price label right here, all right? And I always make them red for short. So I know that if price pushes up to this point, I want to short. So what you would do is, and I have 50 times leverage, and you still want to make sure you set your stop loss. So I'm going to be shorting, and we know that the 17,000, if we had a major crash on this point, we know 17,900 would be a likely point to catch a nice bounce. So that's where you want to take your profit, which means it'd be smart to put that a little higher. So let's say 1,800. Always enter a little early, take your profit a little early just in case, because nothing worse than it not triggering. So if this is the point that I want to short, right, 19,338, well, you want to have your stop loss above it. Typically I have my stop loss above it, maybe 50 to 100 bucks. So I'm going to have my stop loss, let me put a horizontal line here to show what I'm talking about. So I want my stop loss, a little bit above it. So let's say my stop's going to be 19,389. So 19,389, right? So I have that set. That's my stop loss. This will be my entry around 19,338. So what we do is we go to trigger. So what trigger does is trigger will execute, or it'll start your trade, right? It puts it in the order books. So let me put this in the foreground so you can see this. Okay, so I want my trigger price to be, and I'll make it a little bit lower, because when I hit this line is when I want to short. So I'll set this at 19,000, I'm going to put a little lower, so we'll say 19,300. So that means and I'm shorting, all right? It's the opposite if you're longing. So when price pushes up and hits 19,300, it's gonna start my trade at around 19,300, right? So execute price. So the reason for execute price, let's say that price pushes up and it starts or puts your trade in the order books. Well, if price continues pushing up higher and higher, you don't want to enter your trade. I mean, you don't want it to actually execute. So the point of execute means, so if price pushes up, it starts your trade or puts it in order books, price pushes above it, and then price starts coming down and hits a certain price, that's when it will execute and actually be active. So you would set your execute price a little bit below if you're shorting. So I would set my execute price, let's put a horizontal line here, let's make this green. So what happens is when I enter up here, right, 19,300 is when it's going to trigger, or set it up to start, and when price comes down and touches this point, right, that's when it's going to execute and actually be a live trade, and that would be around 19,304. Actually, I need to put that lower, so let's just put it down here. This will have to be lower than that since you're shorting. So we'll say 19,292, and how much you want to trade. So I would do $4,000. So now I have everything set up. I have my leverage at 50 times. When price hits 19,300, let me put another line here to show you. So 19,300. All right, so that's how it'll work. When price pushes up, let me make this orange. Sorry guys, I'm not going to redo this whole video. I'm trying to do this on the fly. So basically, when price pushes up and hits 19,300, it's an orange line. That's going to put my trade on the order books, right? And then when price comes back down and hits this green line right here at 19,292, now my trade will actually be executed and it will be live. That is the point of using trigger and execute, because you want to make sure that when price pushes up, you don't want to enter your trade immediately then, because price can start pushing up, you get stopped out and you lose money. There's no point in doing that. So it would come up, it would start your trade. When it comes back down and hits this point, your trade is live, and hopefully price continues down and you're in profit. So that explains trigger, market. So let me go in and show you an actual trade. So I'm going to go back to, let's go to the home page here. And now I'm going to click on actual futures. So this is trading with real money. So right now in my account, and this same thing, guys, this is how I trade. I use my charts as a reference, and the great thing about within Bitget is trading views, so you can actually get coordinates from previous charts and import these coordinates to get the chart into Bitget, or you can just draw patterns. Right here you can see that this has been a lot of resistance right here, right? You got these 3 perfect touches. There's a lot of volatility. You can see these are the lower wicks right here. So it looks like this would be a 0.2 short. So again, I like to do market buy. I don't really have, let me look at this chart here. So this is a 0.2 short, 19,178. Let me look at, let's see here. I'm going to enter a trade with real money here. So 19,178. 19,232. So what I would do is I'd rather price be up at this resistance and short. So basically what I would do is, if I was going to short, same thing, and this is real money here. So when I enter this trade, it depends. So if you use less money and less leverage, the fees are less. So keep that in mind. That's why using simulated trades would be a good way to start, because you can find out how much you would have made, how much you would have lost, how much your fees are. And then when you feel comfortable with it, then actually use actual trades. So again, I use it around 40 times leverage. I don't like to go over 50 times. So I have it 40 times right here, 40 times leverage. And I'm under market. I currently have $18,645. So I'm going to do for this trade $4,000. Let's see. So my take profit and stop loss. So take profit. Well, if we come down from this point, let's see. So let's say that I'm going to I'm going to go out for a bit and not be around. So we know that the next major support level below to catch a bounce will be around 18,423. So I would set my take profit at 18,500. So take profit 18,500. Stop loss. So if I'm entering right here, I want to have my stop loss above this point. So that would be 19,160. Now guys, I would not be doing this. Normally I'd wait. I don't chase trades. I let them come to me. I'm just showing you how to do this. So right now I would set my stop loss around 19,160. So 19,160. So I'm set up and ready to go. I can wait. It'd be better to come up and test resistance and enter my trade. But just let me show you this. I'm going to do this right now. 40 times leverage, $4,000. I'm going to go short. 18,500, 19,160. I'm going to click sell short. All right, so I'm in a live trade right now. All these things are popping up. So right now I'm at a $12 loss. If price continues down, all right, I'll be in profit. Once it hits this this line right here, well, once it hits, so that's my stop loss. Let me bring this down, 18,500. So if price comes down to 18,500 right here, actually that's way down here. Okay, well you can see right here. So if price comes down and hit this point, it'll automatically take profit. If price comes up and hits this point, I'll lose money. So if we come up and hit the stop loss, how much will I lose? Well, we can figure that out right now. Again, go to open orders, go to take loss, take profit, stop loss. So right now I can look and see. So 19,160 is my stop loss. So if I click on this and put in that number, 19,160. All right. So using the leverage I used and the amount of money, $4,000, if price pushes up and hits my stop loss, I'm going to lose $231 plus the fees to enter the trade. All right. So I'm already at a loss right now of $39. If price comes down and hits my take profit, right? Well, we can check that right now. Go to open orders, click on this, and let's put in that number and see how much I'd make. So 18,500. So if we come down and hit my take profit, I'll make $5,106. Remember, the more leverage you use, the more money you put into your trade, the more money you can make. So right now I'm at a loss. This is probably not a good trade. We'll have to. I could leave it and see how it plays out. Just want to show you how this works. So now I'm going to flash close because I don't want to stay in this trade. Just want to show you how it works. So now I don't remember what it was, but now I have $18,426. But guys, it's about practicing risk management. You're not going to win every trade. That's why the way you play these charts, you enter your trade at a line you know is going to be strong resistance. You set your stop loss above it. If you get stopped out, you take your hit. And then if you want to come down and it becomes support, then you enter along with the stop below. You will not win them all, but the ones you do win will make up for the losses. So as far as copy trading, guys, if you want to do copy trading, if you want to copy trade me, all you have to do is click on copy trading up here. I think you might not be able to see it, but there's a link up here that says copy trading. You click on that, and it shows people that are currently available to copy trade. Now, the way this works, when you click on copy trading, so when you actually follow me or you enter one of the slots, I should have 1,000 slots available. But first of all you do is you go up here and you'll type optical. Mine will be optical, or it should be able to find me with just optical. I'm not live right now, so you can't find me. But when I am live and you can find me, I'll show up in a list just like these people. But what it is they actually set up the trade. They enter, they use their ornamental leverage, you know, how much money they put into it. And then what you do is you decide how much you want to put into the trade. So if you want to put in $100 or $1,000, I think there's a little percentage bar you can adjust. Then you can decide how much you want to put into your trade. You don't have to trade the exact same amount I'm trading. It's just a percentage of what you want to put in. But again, it'll be a learning experience for me. I'm looking forward to doing it. But I just want to make sure I have all my ducks in a row. So I want to have all my charts set up and ready to go, and just have you know how to find me. But again, my copy trading name is Optical Art, and I'm just looking forward to doing it. It'll be a lot of fun. But guys, again, if you do want to get access to the charts, the website is opticalartcrypto.com. The link will be pinned in the first comment description. I do have tutorials teaching my method of charting. But $49 a month to get access to Discord, all the crypto charts, and Twitter. So Discord, Twitter, and Bitcoin, altcoin charts. Make sure you email me to get access to Twitter and Discord. And again, if you want to sign up for Bitget, my affiliate link is pinned down in the first comment description if you want to go ahead and sign up. And just to recap, guys, if we drop down to 17,900 and going in a heavy ass long, I expect this to be very strong support. But currently, right here, guys, this is a critical resistance level. This is a point I would go into a short right now, 19,168. If we get above that and hold support, the next point to potentially short. Again, if we get above, this is a critical resistance level. If we get above that, the next point to short is around 19,450. But if we cannot get above that point, then I would short down to 18,424, next point too long. And if that breaks, well, we know the strongest support is 17,911. But as I've been telling you, because we cannot get above this ring, just like I showed you previously, the ring above, that means our next ultimate target is the ring below. And I already told you why. You got all this stuff going on. There's no reason to be bullish. The fundamentals show we have a lot more downside. Pretty soon this 19K level is going to break, and we're going to have a lot of downside. But expect some more charts up, guys. I know this ran long, but I did want to show you how to use Bitget and some of those features. Guys, that's it. Trade safe, trade smart. I'm out.